Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Welcome to this new video series where I'm just going to do a full uncut bike ride for you, commentating on things that I see on the way and really just experiencing the roads as they are. This should give you a really good idea about what it's like to ride here, and I'm just gonna let whatever happens, happens. A nice day like this.
$1 million bike lanes, it kind of irks me sometimes, you know.
I'm here in South Lake Union at the iconic Elephant Super Wash car wash sign here with my bike, and today we're gonna do my return commute from here all the way back to South Bellevue. Let's get going here, and yeah, we're currently on some of this off-street roads, but we're gonna be using a lot of the sort of new improvements around here, and that is with Bell Street. And to navigate this intersection in particular is sort of awkward, but we sort of just have to turn here. But we're gonna go up this way, and then we're gonna go from here all the way to 2nd Avenue, and then down 2nd all the way through downtown till we get to ID. This is the quickest way for me to get into South Bellevue. Definitely you could take the 520 and go the other way, but that does add a lot of extra miles, mainly accounting for sort of the trip and wrap around Lake Union. But this Bell Street corridor has actually seen a lot of improvement over the several years I've lived here. There wasn't any of this before, but now it's definitely come to a point where there's at least some protection, and then they've made some treatments here to make it like one-way and stuff like that. And then a few areas up ahead are technically sort of the healthy streets, but there isn't like any strict enforcement. All right. And there's the bike signal light too. This one is a little bit more awkward because there's no really explicit signal or anything. You just sort of wait and assume. Alright, I see red. And then that. Still red here. And then next is 2nd. Alright, so this is 2nd Avenue now. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, there's just a lot of lights, to be honest, for this section of the ride. But that's sort of what it's like riding through downtown. Generally just dealing with lights all the time. There's always some stuff to see here in downtown Seattle. Definitely do think this is a pretty solid option overall in terms of just getting around the city. There's just but there is like a lot of openings here and driveways that we're soon approaching that you sort of want to be cautious of, and just people come into the bike lane, so you just need to be really precarious of that. But other than that, this is a pretty good ride through some of the main urban core of Seattle. I'm getting good timing with the lights today. Seems like there's a police, so it should be okay. Someone stopped to the right. Just need to make sure we're good here. And then we just keep on going. Do you see these parking lots? Yeah, and then we stop. Yeah, so pretty good actually. Making it that far without stopping is actually a lot. And there we are, right to Pike Place Market, just to the right. Or we're here on Pine, so that's the center entrance, or Pike. So that's the one of the other entrances. But you can see also some of the new bike lanes are coming in soon. I think I might be stuck in the middle of a crossing. I'll just wait here. But yeah, you see a lot of the work between connecting here, Pike, and to Capitol Hill is sort of underway. So that shouldn't be too much longer. They have a lot of sort of newsletters coming out about it. So I'm really excited to post about it once it's actually fully up. But a nice day like this.
$1 million bike lanes and bike lane things. It kind of irks me sometimes, you know. $1 million, $1 million a block.
How many do you spend on cars?
Bike.
How about? Well, that was a livid conversation with somebody. What? We continue on. I guess people like talking to me when I'm talking to myself. So we here have a parking lot, and we just keep on going. I don't know if I gave a good response there. We'll have to have a deeper one next time, but make sure to never raise conflict too high, and then we'll just keep on going. As yeah, streaming down here. It's a good, fun to ride. I haven't seen that piece of art before, the little ball with the string. I don't think that's new. It's just most likely I just never noticed it. But here on Spring Street, we see some more bike lanes. Yeah, and these are relatively new as well. I made a video on them, and when we're here in downtown, it's definitely a lot easier for me to point a lot of stuff out. So maybe I should just orient these rides around downtown, because I just have like non-stop amount of material to talk about as we just ride along a lot of different corridors bike-wise and how they connect. But yeah, this will pretty much get you to First Hill, and just wait on this light. Oh, there it is. So yeah, so those Lime scooters, definitely their acceleration is pretty high right off the gun, but the bike definitely holds a much higher speed here as we get through this section. Yeah, I'm just watching for any potential hazards coming out, especially pedestrians. Sometimes looking for the cars on my right in case they decide to not follow the law, like this car right here, confirming that they stop, and then before I proceed. Stuff like that. It's all really important to ride in downtown. I don't know why, but I sort of like this type of riding sometimes. Maybe it's because I live in the suburbs now, but some acceleration with cars from time to time and dealing with them is sort of interesting. And then, but I'm the type of rider that's always safety first. All right, this one's open. Let's go, and we're almost there already. So that basically passes by the most, to me, the most intensive part of my commute back, sort of traffic-wise. Because from here we have sort of trails and then my usual roads again from Mercer Island forward. All right, green light. This is a really weird intersection because you do need a turnout over here. Oops. My pannier came loose all of a sudden. I think it was probably user error for me not connecting it super well when I got back there earlier. So it's back on now, so we can keep continuing the ride. Yeah, that let out a really concerning sound, but luckily nothing happened, I don't think. So we'll continue onwards. I think maybe I just got on, I didn't really connect it well enough, and then I went on too big a bump. But now we're back in CID, and yeah, from here I usually will just take King Street all the way up. Dearborn and I-90 on the other way is not nearly as convenient. So here there's like a tiny bit of a leading light. So I like to take this middle lane because you need to make a left turn here, and it's just really awkward otherwise if you're in the rightmost lane trying to make that left turn. But now we pass by the Chinatown gates. It's a good chance for me to get something to eat if I want to get something to go home. But today I think I'm good with just going straight. The biggest downside with this area is definitely, oh my goodness, oh no, this person does not, it's just waiting for me. That went totally out of order. What I was saying, but yeah, this is a good place to get something to eat. And yeah, definitely one place I go to a lot. So, and then when it comes to navigating all these four-way stops, I think, yes, there's the safety stop law that lets you treat it as yield when there's no cars in the intersection. If there are cars in the intersection, I think, to be honest, every situation is a little different based on the driver. So the key is to establish communication. Just eye-to-eye contact, waving, whatever, with them acknowledging it. That's the only time that you should go. Otherwise, it's better to play it safe and make sure you don't just rush yourself into a crash. Yeah, so just take the lead. If you are a more person that wants to go, usually if you get the cue from the car that they're going to slow down, it's okay and it's safe, but it's really case by case. Yeah, the key is, yeah. Anyway, now we're climbing this hill. It's really helpful if you make a right turn here on 10th, because from here you get to skip one traffic light, which actually saves some time. So always glad to find some optimizations like this on my commute. I didn't know about this, like for example, I didn't know about this for a long while until I saw another rider. We're like, wait, they were behind me, but now they're in front of me. That's when I realized, okay, there's probably something I'm missing. So that's how that ended up about. And then we're here. So now this is 12th Avenue. And we're gonna make a right turn here. So here you have fantastic views to the right of all the sports stadiums, the Whole State Retail Bridge. You go straight, go right into the Beacon Hill neighborhood. But we're gonna go onto the I-90 trail from here. Gonna wait maybe for the next light. This other car's also make a turn. Yeah, so I guess coming up though, there's gonna be some changes here again to 5th up here on Gulf Drive and over at Beacon Hill. There's a lot of South Seattle infrastructure projects that I'm sort of following, so pretty excited about that actually, including some that are just gonna be up this way. So I'll be back. Alright, so this guy is trying to make a left turn. should be good. And yeah, the weather is pretty good now. In the morning it was cold, but now it's just right. We see the new lights that I've talked about here, also on the I-90 trail. Yeah, it's a little bit too early to see them in progress, lit up, but yeah, sometime I'll definitely show you. But you can just see them all along here at sort of the new spacing that I like to point out. And then yeah, this section's a little bit of a downhill right next to Daejeon Park. And because I ride this section so much, I know exactly that this is basically 11 miles for me to get home. So we're making our way. Dog biker right. Walker, it's a biker. And then yeah, man, today is a really nice day. It is a lot easier to commute in the dry, let's be honest, but sometimes you just gotta do it. But also I am just waiting for the link. But I like how they put these reflective patches on these lights now. You see here on the left. I presume that's to help cyclists with making sure they need a turn and they see the curve of the road. So that's pretty cool. Here we're passing a few greenways, the 17th to 18th Greenway. And then this section also is like sort of like a blind corner sometimes, so it's good to take it easy here. But yeah, you'll see the I-90 trail next to us. And here we continue. So here we start with the action going, definitely starting from downtown. Now it's gonna definitely quiet a bit. But this is still, I don't know. I overall like my commute a lot. I do. And then up another hill. Let's go. And here we are back at Judkins Park Station. Oh, got 8 seconds. We're good. Oh man, I'm still pretty surprised I got a random guy talking to me about bike infrastructure. But out of all the bike lanes to complain about, I don't know if 2nd Avenue is the right one. And $1 million. I've looked at a bunch of different projects that are car related and the numbers are astronomical. So sometimes, yeah, it's hard to reason about in terms of capital investment, where to put your money, but as both a driver and cyclist, I can firmly say that it's worth it. All right, so now we're back pretty much to the lookout. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so they actually clear out these graffiti every now and then, but I don't know what's the threshold they use because they clear it out and it just gets refilled. It's just like the gum wall. So maybe it's just something that they have to do, but it's just sort of funny to me or interesting that they do take the time to clear these walls out from time to time, but it definitely gets filled up pretty quick. Alright, back to the lookout here. Yeah, the people that I see commuting back from the east side, it tends to be people with e-bikes and cargo. Like, I know there's one guy I've seen every time with like a Dutch cargo bike. It's pretty awesome. And then we're here to sprint across the bridge. Rainier is not out today, but still very blue skies. So I'll take that any day. But yeah, let me know what you think of these just ad hoc commutes and rides and me just talking about stuff I see. I was always hesitant posting things like this because I don't know if it's entertaining or not, but I sort of also think that it's good to have like a wide variety of content on my channel. Ones that I suspect this will be useful to some that actually do commute along these areas. So, and I'm not really about the views, but just about what could get more people on bikes. So I sort of think this is a good idea, but just let me know. Or if you have particular routes you want to see, I'd be happy to sometimes take them on. But I think these type of rides definitely work a lot better in urban settings. There's just a lot more interesting things to see and talk about. But we're here, you can see sort of the traffic going westbound. Cars are definitely not going at their full highway pace, but we're crushing it. We're going at 23 miles per hour with the e-battery, of course, and going along. And yeah, I really enjoy this e-bike. I just liked it for the fact that it just brings me up to speed on the flats. And I mean, it makes the hills even easier, but that nice boost on the flats, just being able to go cruise at 18, 20 miles per hour whenever I want, helps a lot. So. And also the fact that this bike can easily go on any bike rack due to its weight. And my dad's ridden it with me up Sunrise. Stuff like that. It's a very just useful bike. So, on your left. On your left. Yeah. So, always good to warn people in advance. Hey, I knew that guy. That's Kit. Oh, I'm like 95% sure that's Kit. He's a Cascade Outrider. So, always good to get flybys on these rides as well. Also, what I've noticed is they also installed some new lights here on the sides. Like to the lower right, you'll see some new LED looking panels. I think those are new as well. So, that's cool. All right, the hill is gonna start soon. $4:30 right now. Oh, there, is that my guy? That might be my guy. One of the front loaders. Yes, I think we saw him. I'm pretty sure because there's one person that's super consistent with his commute. So maybe that was him. But then again, backpiece, the Dutch bikes are getting super common and more popular overall. So, but now it's an actual hilly section. I'm riding out of the saddle just to generate a bit more torque and let my motor do the work. So I think the advice really is, most of these e-bikes detect cadence and not necessarily power. So sometimes you might just want easier gear and let the motor do the maximum. But overall, I usually try to like match your power. But some motors are more efficient at a certain cadence and not a super low one that you might find on the climb. All right, from here, I just like taking the road still. So we'll go here on North Mercer Way and continue on our way. So what's your preferred way of greeting other cyclists on the road? Do you guys do the head nod or do you guys do the wave? I think I'm usually at least the wave, but that time because I was going downhill, I turned into the head nod. But one of the unspoken rules of cycling to greet one another. Oh, yo. Sometimes you do need to watch for these cracks in the ground. There's a lot of, yeah. Sometimes the pavement is not too great, but overall it's really good. But sometimes there's these big cracks. But now we're here, and I tend to just make a maneuver to get onto the trail again. Looks like we have the light. All right. Yeah, this is more optimized really just for the quickest path or the most direct path I feel, and also the path that where I don't need a brake and I can just keep pedaling. So I like using this, and it's straight. You could go in the back roads and do a bit of climbing and then get on your way forward, but I'd rather go this way. And then yeah, coming up here to the right is the new Mercer Island link station, so that's pretty neat. definitely should leash your dogs. That's the thing I'm most scared of as a cyclist, actually. I'm scared of dogs regardless whether I'm on a bike or not. But when I'm on a bike, I'm especially scared because they can hop in your way at any time. So I usually slow way down when I see one. This road is finally done. It took a little while. The pavement was sort of on off, and sort of due to construction, this road was closed at times, but it's good now. And it presents us another hill. So out of the saddle I go again. And you can probably hear the motor work from the mic. And the cool thing about this Turbo Battle SL e-bike, it also shows you your power numbers as well. So it's pretty useful that way. You see some commuters going the other way. With everyone's panniers. And then we slow down for this corner. And we keep going. Oh yeah, I really love everybody's different setup when it comes to commuting. But definitely the bright orange high-vis and the panniers, the rack, they're pretty ubiquitous to commuters. I mean, some people do wear their backpacks, I guess, but I couldn't do it, to be honest. My shoulders would give out within minutes if I tried to carry my laptop into work on my back. But so this section of the I-90 trail now on the right is also sort of up and going. Sorry, the section up ahead, this part's now under work. So they keep changing it, sorry. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit till all of this gets fully recovered from the sewer type project. But you'll sort of see the road I'm using now. And yeah, I can agree, if you've never been here, Mercer Island is probably one of the most confusing places in terms of knowing where to ride and how to ride through it. So it's almost like I need like a bi-monthly digest of how to cross Mercer Island most efficiently, because everything sort of detours from time to time. But the speed limit here is 20 miles per hour, which is convenient because I can basically hold that the whole way, but cars will still pass me. So whatever they're going, it's over the posted over there. But I think, actually no, maybe it's not 20 anymore over here. Maybe not, but it's okay. Let's just keep going. This road has so many cyclists, so everyone's sort of used to it anyway. Yeah, let's keep it rolling. There we go, the trail has reappeared. There's a connection over there to get on, but we're not gonna use that. We're just gonna go straight here. And then turn left on what I think is called Gallagher, or leads to Gallagher. So this section, the crucial connection here is still closed. It's gonna be closed for a while still. I don't think there's even a date for when it's supposed to come back up. And then we make a left here instead. This hill on the right looks like a good climb. People told me about it, but actually I've never personally climbed it. So I'll make some time to do that soon eventually. But yeah, we're gonna make a left here. And we're gonna go. I did not realize that City Hall was here the whole time. I actually never looked closely enough. I thought City Hall was closer to all the shops and stuff. Oh wow. I just noticed that sign for the first time. But here you want to take the left lane because you want to make a left towards the trails. All right, light, and we go. So the interesting thing about riding in more suburban areas is sometimes you have to worry about whether your bike will trigger the lights or not. So if there's cars around, then you don't have to think about it, but sometimes it's something that you do have to worry about, and then in that case you would take like the trail so you can use the pedestrian buttons. But there I just saw that there's cars, so I just ride alongside them. But all little things that you just notice as you keep riding. Alright, so we're soon going to be in Bellevue. Not very long. I think maybe this is, I don't know what point it turns into Bellevue, but it's definitely right after we get across this bridge. Yep, another e-bike commuter. Yeah, the I-90 sections, or the I-90 corridor, definitely does not see as many bikes as the 520. That I know. There's a lot more commuters riding up there. I don't know if it's because it's further, or there's not as many people have bikes, or the university, or maybe it's the Burke-Gilman. I'd love to know all your thoughts. It could just be a population thing, but yeah, the I-90 is not bad. The 520 I think is better to ride, just because it's a lot wider. And there isn't as many blind corners that you'll see at this section of the trail. So that's why I like the 520 more. But I'm used to riding this at this point. All right. So here, we're really close to South Bellevue Station. If you just make a right from here, you'll basically get there. And then we also have to make a big U-turn here as we keep going along. The United Park under construction. And then going through here. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. Bumps. Tree up ahead. I hope that doesn't fall on me, please. Okay, we're okay. And yeah, this section too, another like curve that gets awkwardly close. So I always like to yell, coming through, just in case. As well as these next parts. There's just a lot of tight corners where I've definitely seen people that are just going way too fast without really caring or looking. And you know, things happen, you know, if you're just mistimed. So I just take it slow at these parts, like this blind turn ahead, and I just yell, coming through. And then once I see there's nobody, then I feel a lot more confident. But yeah, that section there should be opened by the spring, they said, just in time to connect to the South Bellevue station, so that'll be great. I'm really pumped to cover that. And yeah. I really wish there was a way to make this smoother. I know this isn't like the high priority of any project, but actually on the e-bike it's quite alright with these wider tires, but on my road bike, riding this is my bane. There's two things I don't like about routes. Is one is when they're bumpy, and two when it's strictly an out and back. But I think I've sort of let go of the out and back thing, but bumpy routes still really get me. And they did get me during that RSVP ride too, when I rode to Vancouver on my Brompton. I think my knee got wrecked by the bumps, because I did have experience with that before when I rode in Carnation, and also experienced chip seal on my road bike. So I think it's the same thing. All right, but we are getting pretty close to home. Oh yeah, this section. Today's a Wednesday, so maybe traffic won't be that bad, but there's always a build up here on 118th, so it's always fun to pass all the cars. That's sort of one of the delights of this commute too. All right, wait, sorry. Bike coming through. Yeah, this narrow way. Yeah, there's definitely cars lined up. So, yeah. And this is every weekday sort of thing. Feels good to ride a bike. So, sometimes they spill over too much, but usually it's okay. Like right there, we'll see if I can get them to move a bit. Just a tiny bit, okay. Well, that's just how it goes, I guess. But yeah, basically the 405 going southbound is a mess in basically late afternoon all the way to early evening. So it is not surprising at all that I'm passing every single car on this ride. I think the worst day of build-up is probably, actually it's hard to say, but I think it's either Thursday or Tuesday or something. It's not, I don't think it's usually the Wednesdays, but yeah. Your cars were here. And this is the, if anything, this is the advertisement of these videos, or like the reason why I'm making made this commute video is to show off stuff like this. Like how much better is the bike even in Bellevue when you can just skip over all of traffic. Oh, the joys. All right, almost there. So here there's an intersection, so definitely watch out. Don't just zoom by, and cars might be turning right, so you check behind you. Like this Tesla wants to creep into my way, so you just want to be careful. And then we're here on the trail again, onto the East Rail. And yeah, from here I just need to climb up Newport Hills, and I'm good. So yeah, I mean, that was a pretty exciting commute overall. Or not exciting, but I really like the fact that I'll show off a lot of different things in the urban core and also here in the suburbs-ish. I don't know. Some people don't consider Bellevue a suburb. Some people think Bellevue is the most suburby of suburbs, so I think that's a relative scale. All right, coming through. Oh yeah, definitely let me know what kind of area you want me to explore, just ride around next. Happy to do this sort of thing, but I think if I just show off the rides that I personally do, which are a lot of random ones to be honest, like I ride to work, I ride to eat, I ride to do errands. There's a lot of stuff to show, so I have I'll put these out. And the best part about them is they're super light on editing because I basically have the mic attached to me and I just let it roll. So, but if you've been enjoying this, don't forget to roll that like button and subscribe as well. Yeah, the channel and everything, and I feel this year I have a lot of momentum just because of being on the Cascade board as well. Yeah, it's just a lot of bike stuff. I mean, and for now I'm like really enjoying it. So I'll keep doing it, all the stuff, just to get people on bikes. And yeah. Oh man, you can see a lot of this construction going on for the 405 widening project. There's a lot of like retaining walls and other stuff being built. So to the right of here is Newcastle Beach Park. A pretty nice park actually. I actually think it's a bit of a hidden gem, but there is a bit of a hill to get down there. Or it's like at the very bottom, so you have to climb back up the hill to get home. But I go this way, the old school Lake Washington Loop way, just so I can go up to where I need to go. But yeah, all this on the left used to be trees. This used to be like covered. Now it's all exposed. That's a bit sad to me. But yeah, you can see all the cut down trunks and stuff. I mean, I've been at this address and it's home for 4 years now. It's definitely changed a lot, this section. I mean, East Rail used to be all gravel, so that's one thing. But yeah, it looks like they're putting up these new, I don't know if it's called a retaining wall, but that's what I'm gonna call it, these poles and walls today. So there's, I guess, more of that going on. So a lot of construction just in this area. Man, that is a big crane. Huh. And then here's the start of my climb. So this is my climb all the way back up to Newport Hills. Back when I first moved here, and I was just sort of getting back into biking in the early pandemic, I could barely climb this hill. This hill was like terrible. And that was May 2020. Man, it's been a long road since then, because that year I started riding every day by the end of the summer, or the end of my year. And then I say 2022. By 2021, I mean, I started the YouTube channel. 2022 is where I think I really started leveling up, just because I rode a lot more base miles. Like, I just rode. There's no real secret. I mean, I just rode, and I rode a lot of hills. And then here now I'm just like, sort of just maintaining that, I think. I don't know. It'd be cool to keep riding and getting faster, but that's not my main priority. So we'll see. I just want to be able to do the climbs I want to do. Maybe a couple PRs would be nice this season, and I'm really happy with that. So this section, ton of construction with the new exit as well. Oh, this is new. This whole exit configuration, that's actually the first time I've ridden by it like this. They've changed it a few times already on me. But I like this view. You can see Lake Washington super clearly from here on the right. So, and yeah, this hill's a good one. It's like maybe 4 to 5% average. So it's like a hill that you can sort of train on or just relax on. So I sort of like that. This gives you the option. Once you get into the 10%, there's no real going back. It's just, you gotta try. So. And I don't know if it's only me that notices this thing, but whenever I get passed by a car, I noticed that they always swerve into the bike lane afterwards as if that's what they were planning to do to begin with. I don't know, it's just some instinct. Like, let's look at this car. Yeah, like right there, right there, right there. It just makes that, it's just that instinctively you get a little bit closer to the right afterwards. Maybe it's just like subconscious that you're making up for the room that you laid on the left for a cyclist. I don't know if I do it as a driver, but that's definitely something I noticed. Let me know if you notice that too. But yeah, but here we are officially with all the signage of all into Newport Hills, my neighborhood. So I'm gonna end this ride maybe up ahead at the park and give a couple words, and that's it. I mean, yeah, just definitely give me my feedback if I'm talking too much, talking too little, or what you want to see next. I am open to any feedback. So yeah, these e-bike rides that definitely help in terms of having conversation. This park on the left is also super new, the Newport Hills Woodlawn Park. It's cool that they invest in these green spaces. This is my steepest gradient of the whole ride for this commute. This is about, what does my Garmin say? I can't read it. It says about, I know this is about to be 10 to 11%. So this little section here is the steepest. Yep. So it's the, in fact, basically almost any ride I do, I need to do at least a 10% to get home, just a little bit. So for me, I don't mind it, but for some, they probably wouldn't enjoy it as much. But I think I still have it a little better here than maybe some other places. But anyway, let's go up here. To Newport Hills Park. So I think that's where I'm gonna end this video. I know that was probably long, random, uncut, lots of randomness, but hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'm gonna head home from here. So see you all in the next video.